Hey everybody, it's Dana Brigman. It is Thursday evening. I know we've been talking about resource guarding this week, and I have a couple more segments of that we need to do. It's surprising how you can have a clean slate schedule and it just get bombarded with other activities. But I want to talk about when the dog is resource guarding you. And so that can be like you're sitting on the couch, or you've invited somebody into the house and the dog starts to stand between you and the visitor, or even you and a family member, and we start seeing the dog growl, bare teeth, lunge out, and really claim you at the restriction of others, right? You can't come near my mama. You can't come near my kid. You can't come near my whoever it may be, right? What happens a lot of times is most people will try to pull the dog closer. We'll even start to pet the dog as if to say, calm down, it's okay. And we'll add a lot of soothing type words, soothing type energy, soothing type touch, and that's all wrong. That's the wrong approach to doing that. Hey Jennifer Carter, how are you? So what I tell people is, you certainly need a level of obedience, right? At least a sit, stay, a let's go, and a watch me command. And if you can do those things, if you can get those under control, you can work it under a good distraction. I'd probably also maybe add place to that mix so that we can give the dog something else to do. But let's imagine you're on the couch, kid comes in, hey mom, how you doing? And it's going to give you a hug and a kiss kind of thing, and the dog's lunging like a fool from the couch towards the kid. We can't scoop the dog closer to us and try to comfort them out of it. We are in that moment basically reinforcing a state of mind that is the exact opposite of what we want. So you're going to have to get up, physically remove yourself from the couch, remove yourself from the dog. I wouldn't initially move into a hug of the other human, right? That's probably phase 2 or 3 of the process of fixing this problem, but leave the dog, leave him behind. When he starts to figure out that he's the reason the thing he claims the most is stepping away, is leaving him, he will start to make some behavioral adjustments. For some dogs, of course, they're going to follow you off the couch and try to get in between you and the human, which is why I say don't yet try to move into a more physical contact. Just leave the dog. That's really step 1. As you build your skills, and let me clarify. We definitely need a place, and we probably need the off command, right? So the next thing that I would do is I've come across the room, left the dog on the couch, and then I'm going to tell the dog off, meaning he needs to get down, and I'm going to send him to place, right? I'm going to send him to place, and then I'm going to go back to the couch. You then have something to work on, right? Because he's going to keep trying to come to you, and you basically move him across in an obedience fashion, and then have your kid or other family member come sit down next to you, and the dog basically just has to observe. We don't ever want to reach for the collar or a physical move of a dog, especially big dogs, especially dogs that are new to the home, though a little dog can bite and be pretty painful too, right? But when we reach for that collar, we're basically putting our hand as a target, and a dog that's already aroused and already agitated is very likely to redirect at something coming towards his neck. So you don't want to do that. If it's a severe enough problem, keep a leash on your dog. So it would be easy for me to say here, don't let your dog on the couch, right? That's certainly part of the equation. But if we don't show them a different way, we're not actually resolving the entire problem and trying to get to a complete resolution. So that's why I'm saying you've got to basically practice this where he is on the couch. And we then remove ourselves. We work our way to telling him to get off on command and being redirected to the place. Then we can start to shift this around where kid starts to approach you while you're sitting on the couch. You tell the dog off without getting up and send him to place without you having to move, right? So that's really building our way forward. And the dog will really start to adjust his behavior. He's like, crap, I don't like this. I'd rather stay and just be happy with everybody. And so over time, you will start to see that he is less and less reactive. And then you have something that you can praise and reward. Then you may have the opportunity to have the kid or even a visitor start to drop a treat or a food item on the floor that he can get down and get, right? We don't want them to reach out and hand it to him yet. That might be phase 5 or 6, but they can toss a treat away from the couch where he has to get down to get it. They then have an opportunity to sit down, and then maybe the dog gets to come back up there. So this is a very progressive thing, and it really is about the dog having to start to understand that his behavior is the root cause of the thing he wants the most, either leaving him or sending him away. So we leave first. Phase 2 or 3, we start to send him away. And then once he gets better coping skills and starts to go, well, I really don't want to do that. I want to just stay and be friendly. Then we start making progress about him guarding you. So I'm going to end this video here, and we'll come back at another time and do if he's guarding you perhaps out in public, or perhaps when somebody like a friendly stranger has come to your door. So that's very different than being on the couch and trying to facilitate that. So I'm going to keep them separate topics and let those videos stand independently of each other. All right, so let's see, Jennifer Carter, what about resource guarding when I'm on the couch and another dog approaches? Same kind of thing, Jennifer Carter. Your dog that's on the couch needs to be eliminated from the equation. So in other words, if your second dog or family dog is coming up and saying, hey, I want some love and affection, the dog that is doing the inappropriate behavior gets sent to place, right? I like sending them to place because it gives them the opportunity to have something else that they can do, and then something that we can correct them for if they step away from that. If you chose to do a downstay, it's the same thing. You then have something to say, no, you're breaking your obedience here, and you're going to be held accountable to that obedience. But it's the same principles. You may have to be a little more cautious about the second dog's temperament, because one dog lunging at another might start a brawl, or the other one might start to get really intimidated and think that he's not permitted to be there. And so just be aware of that. Be aware of the degree that's going on here. But the bottom line is, inappropriate dog is always removed from the equation. We can't necessarily remove him till we've taught him the skills, but like I said, phase 3 or 4, at some point he starts getting sent away and he will start to modify his behavior. Okay, see you guys on the next one. It won't be right away. It'll be coming up soon though. Talk to you soon. Bye.